What's up, guys? It's Tuesday, so you know what that means. It's Tech Tuesday. We're going to talk about tech.
It's technically like Wednesday here, but who knows? Time isn't relevant when you're in Romania. Why are we here, Elliot?
Well, as you can see, we're not in our typical brick wall setting.
Not at all.
We're in Bucharest, the capital city of Romania.
It's very cold.
In front of...
University Library, is that?
Yeah, statue of King Carol I.
Sinister-looking stuff. Speaking of sinister stuff, we have some news about Lizard Squad. Lizard Squad is obviously the hacking group that has been known for taking down the Xbox and PlayStation networks in the past few months, most notably on Christmas Day. Well, it turns out some bad times for Lizard Squad.
Yeah, so since those Christmas attacks, some of those Lizard Squad members have been arrested.
Yeah.
Turns out that even Lizard Squad themselves aren't safe from being hacked, or that's hacking in quotation marks.
Yeah, this is actual hacking apparently, not just the DDoS tactics that Lizard Squad is known for using.
So just last week, their DDoS for hire service was indeed hacked, and aside from simply bringing the service down, they were also able to see all of their customers' information because they left it just sitting there in a plain text file.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
For people who exploit cybersecurity efforts, they don't have much oversight themselves, it seems like.
The Emperor has no clothes.
Yes. Details about their 14,000 plus users, including, you guessed it, usernames and passwords, were made available after the attack, including information on who paid them to execute denial of service attacks and how much. So far, it looks like the service raked in about $11,000 worth of bitcoins. They found that in the plain text file as well.
That's wild. But Lizard Squad, the group, keeps trucking along, or at least according to their official Twitter account.
Yeah, they don't seem scared too much at all, as you can tell by their most recent posts, so who knows?
Let's take a break from Lizard Squad and actually move on to a company that is helping the world.
Yeah, it's trying to help the world out. We got some news about Google. Google in 2015 has been doing some interesting stuff. Let's start out with their modular phone, Project Ara. In case you forgot or just never knew about the Project Ara phone, it's a modular smartphone that can be assembled by the user in a number of different ways. The way it works is basically you're allowed to sacrifice certain parts of the phone for upgrades. So if you wanted to take off a better camera and add a better battery or things like that, it's infinitely upgradable. And also, I think in the future you're going to be able to upgrade things as technology evolves.
Hopefully they have an upgrade for how this thing looks, because it is butt ugly.
It looks weird.
So anyway, Project Ara sounds a bit crazy, and we've yet to see any working hardware as far as I can tell. I mean, there's been a few demo models being shown off, but according to some tech sites, the touchscreen is not enabled, so it's basically pointless to demo it, aside from looking at it and holding it. But we do have some news on the release date for it, in the form of pilot testing.
So it looks like Google has chosen Puerto Rico to start testing this Project Ara smartphone out, and they're rolling it out with food trucks. Like it's gonna not a food truck, but a mobile store basically that they're going to be rolling through town to get this out to people. And it looks like it's going to start in late 2015.
Great.
Now, why did they choose Puerto Rico, Elliot?
Turns out that most people in Puerto Rico use their phones as their primary means of internet access.
I think they said 77% of the locale in Puerto Rico, their main source of internet is their mobile phone.
Kind of a way to just like prove that this thing can be your all-in-one go-to device.
Yeah. So it's going to be cool to see what they do with it. I don't really know how well it'll take off in America proper, but I mean, the idea is cool. I just can't see it being used in any kind of like practical way. No. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that'll come out and it'll blow us all away. But
I feel like you just drop it on the ground and it would shatter into
like
a
million pieces.
Yeah,
all of your modules will just.
It's like dropping a Lego set on the ground.
Yeah, exactly. Moving on to more. Oh my God, Google has so much money they really don't know what to do with it, so they're spending it on a bunch of awesome things. News. They're getting involved with SpaceX apparently.
Oh, it's a match made in heaven.
It sure is.
So, back in 2010, SpaceX was the first privately owned company to actually send a spacecraft to orbit and have it return successfully to Earth. And with NASA decommissioning the shuttle, it seems like the timing couldn't be better for a private company, with the ability to pull these trips off.
But why is Google interested in investing in basically a space travel company?
Because they're our new overlords.
Yeah.
But yeah, aside from being Google and just doing really cool shit all the time, they're actually interested in a plan to put satellites into orbit that would provide internet to locations all over the globe, especially in remote areas that were previously unable to connect.
Yeah.
We talked previously about that Google Loon project.
Yeah.
This is just a way more high-tech version of that.
Yeah, and you don't have to have balloons floating around that might get shot out of the sky. So that's good. Elon Musk, the founder of SpaceX, went so far as to say that this technology could one day stretch all the way to Mars. He went on to say, it will be important for Mars to have a global communications network as well. I think this needs to be done, and I don't see anyone else doing it. So he's already planning the communications network for Mars. We've got to be right around the corner from establishing a colony there, I'm sure. And at least once they get there, they'll be able to check Gmail. So that's good. Yeah.
Because what's the point of space travel if I can't?
I'm not going to get to Mars.
And,
why would I want to go to Mars if I can't rent a movie on Google Play or something?
Yeah. So yeah, that's all like cool and forward thinking, but in the more practical short-term sense, it's just cool to see these two companies that we love We're always excited to see what they do. It's cool to see them actually like doing something to help out
Yeah.
the world and some of the lesser developed infrastructures of internet.
Yeah, seeing them be able to connect to the internet and communicate with the world as a whole. It's a very positive thing to do. So we're behind it. Well, let's move on to some fun stuff. There's this like crazy thing that was rehacked to do something else, and it was the Power Glove of
Yeah,
all
the
things.
Nintendo Power Glove, which unless you'd have to be about 30 years old now to really have been around when that was out.
Yeah, it's so bad.
It was Nintendo's like first attempt into motion control, but it was decades before it
And
could
it
actually
did
be
not
useful.
work
It was not
at
good.
all, yeah.
It looked cool, but yeah, the thing was a commercial failure.
Still looks cool. But
But,
now it's being used for an actual useful purpose. So tell us about it.
As the Power Glove is redeeming itself over on the set of Robot Chicken, where animator Dylan Markey has taken one and he's replaced the guts of it with a new circuit board and some Bluetooth shit. And he uses it to remotely control the camera computer system for animating.
He realized he was wasting a lot of time walking between his stop motion set and his computer to take pictures and check on his work. So despite not having a background in electronics, he asked some friends for help and built a remote control out of the Power Glove.
He's programmed the buttons to sort of do things that would normally require him to walk across the room and click around with a mouse and keyboard. He's even attached a set of retractable animator's tweezers onto it so he can mess with his models and it just shoots back into his arm.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
So the Power Glove isn't as cool anymore as it was in 1989, although it's still cool looking, but now it's being used to help animators create stuff for us to watch. So that's like a really cool way to like take it and make it into something useful. Because
Yeah.
now it's just like kind of a prop that sits in people's houses. It's like, look, I own that.
Yeah, I had that piece of shit.
Yeah. Now they just need to get the Power Scope to
the Power
control
Scope.
drones and stuff like that. That would be great. And then figure out something to do with the Virtual Boy.
Yeah.
Clean the guts out of that and put a Oculus hardware inside of it, and that'd be cool.
But if you're too young to have seen 1989's The Wizard,
Just go see it. Well, don't go see it. You download
watch
it.
this scene. It was the first appearance of the Power Glove before it was even commercially available. The movie's a giant commercial for Nintendo.
Basically,
And
yeah.
It's hilarious.
So bad. It is so bad. So that's it for Tech Tuesday, guys. It was kind of a short one, but we're on location and dealing with the struggle of getting stuff done in Romania. Although it is fun. Hands are freezing, ears are freezing. We're having a good time. We're going to be exploring some pretty crazy stuff here, including Dracula's house, and talking
I'm
about
pretty
Dracula
excited.
Untold and interviewing some of the people. So it's going to be a good time.
And drinking Tuika.
Yeah, Tuika.
Tuika.
But check out some of our other videos. We had an AMA with Jerome ASF that went up on Sunday, and of course, News Dump and Weekly Weird from last week are also available as well, including a new show, Social Media Fails, which I think might stick around. We might try to do it every month.
Yeah, we're going to try to go after a different major YouTuber each
Every
month
time.
and have their entire fan base descend on our comment section and call
Yeah.
us terrible things.
Yeah,
It's
that was
awesome.
fun. Follow us on Twitter as well, because we're going to be posting pictures and stuff like that from the trip. So we'll see you guys very soon.
So yeah.